Dino looked like a good session out there today, competitive and constructive. What's the directive been to the team this week?
Yeah, going against Tassie, they always challenge you with your how disciplined you are in a lot of areas of the game, and so from last time we played them, Magnay had a big influence on the game with his defense and his offense. So how we can contain him a little bit better. But then, just getting back to, us getting stops and finding pace in the game and let the basketball pop has certainly been where we're trying to get back to.
The margins have been so tight in this recent run of games. What are those areas of focus right now to help our team get over the line?
Yeah, I think, organisation, how we committed to that practice today about how we huddle and, what's our perfect spacing. Can we come up with that big defensive board to ignite some pace and stop some runs. And so, there's a connection and physicality part that we always want in our defence, and at times it's been missing.
Just on that physicality, Chris Golding mentioned last week in his post-game press conference that the team was pissed off, and Chris Anstey came out quickly after that to say that he thinks the team should be pissed off and called the team soft as well. He stated that he wanted the team to have that pissed off attitude and play with a level of anger and aggressiveness, particularly defensively. What do you make of those comments?
Yeah, when you go through a tough patch, there's going to be a frustration level about not performing the way that you want to perform. Being pissed off and sitting in a corner doesn't do anything. Being pissed off and having great conversations that allow you to get better is what we've really been seeking with this group. But there's the minutes have gone up for a lot of guys recently, and sometimes that fatigue plays into us not getting the connection that we need. So more about how we sub guys, go hard for a period of time, trust the guys coming in, and then go hard again, and that's where we want to get back to.
And how do you feel like the mindset amongst the playing group has endured during this tough period? Have they managed to stay positive over these last few weeks?
Yeah, I think it fluctuates with even our bench support and how good are we continuing to celebrate our own success. And we even saw that in the first 15 games that at different times that fluctuates. But again, we're really pushing that right now to when you want to build confidence back in players, it's about other players giving you confidence. And even as a coach, I got to limit my frustration at different times to make sure that I'm pushing positive energy towards the group to really stay confident.
And Tasmania have proved to be a tough opponent, particularly over these last two games, and you travel over to Perth to take them on in Hoops Fest on the weekend. As you say, Magnay obviously had a big influence on the game last time, but what are the areas of focus for the group in order to try and get this win?
Yeah, I thought we handled the disruption pretty well last time. They're heavy up the floor, and you need to be able to make sure you attack it and then, really take advantage of their pressure at different times. But you've got to be able to deal with it. They're hard show defense. They do it really well. So how you move the basketball out of that and create great shots. We were pretty solid with our shot attempts last time. You need to use a few more shot fakes and move Magnay around into some different spaces.
And Hoops Fest is in its second year now, and it's a massive event for the Australian basketball community that the NBL puts on each season. It must be excited to be involved in heading over again. Yeah,
anytime you bring the fraternity of basketball together and the men's and the women's game, you bring Allen Iverson, to Australia, someone I grew up, just thinking, wow, look at this guy that's an athlete and keeps getting knocked down and keeps getting back up. And so if I get a chance to meet him, that'd be really cool. But Perth do a really good job of the basketball fest, and anytime basketball's doing things together is a real positive outcome.
And what's your schedule like when you're over there? Will you have time to step out and maybe catch some of the WNBL or some of the other things that are going on, or is it just strictly business for you guys?
No, it's a pretty kind of normal road trip for us, and going the day before and having our game, and we got another one in Bendigo coming around pretty quick. So, but I'm sure there's going to be some opportunities to hopefully get involved in it and see. Yeah, certainly even some women's basketball would be really cool to see.